So I think we're on the Twitch already.
Oh, are we?
We are.
Oh, well, I hope they heard
Hey
my neck
Twitch, how's it
breaking.
going?
Hey, Twitch, how's it going? Oh, Facebook's on now.
It is!
Now it's real.
It's Friday night. It's 10:30-ish. And it is time for Wrestling Talking Randomness with your hosts, Hank312
That's me.
and Incidental Nerd.
That's him.
Welcome back to the Nerd Cave
What up?
for yet another episode 104 of Wrestling Talking Randomness.
That's a lot of time we spent together, buddy.
Bro, it feels like a second. Every moment with you is just, it's fleeting.
I mean, if I had a nickel for every time, I'd have like a nickel.
You might have a nickel. If you had a dime for every time this wasn't fun,
I have no dimes.
you'd have 0 dimes.
Zero dimos. Oh, Inter, you want to shift the camera a bit? I mean, what do you think about that? I feel like you're falling off the screen.
Oh yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
That's okay.
You know.
It's,
Well, I want to make sure, you know.
yeah, that's cool.
Oh,
We're moving.
What is this, Texas?
Woo! Oh.
Oh, too soon.
Too-
Too soon.
It's happening right now.
It hasn't even happened yet.
Yes, it is. It's happening right now.
Is it? Well,
Yeah.
that was good thing I wasn't mute. It was Demon Hank.
So, since since we last had an episode.
Do you mean since we've been gone? Nailed it.
Yes.
We couldn't
Since
say
we've
that
been
much.
gone, we had a certain event known as SummerSlam.
It was dope.
Honestly, this was one of the best. I'm gonna say one of their best weekends
It was a good weekend.
in a good long while. I wasn't disappointed by. I was disappointed by one match at SummerSlam.
The 9-second match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently Rusev has done something terribly wrong, and is being punished. That's all I can think.
I don't know what's going on. People talk about it was him cutting his hair without their permission, but I mean that's seems like it's been a while now.
But handsome Rusev.
I mean, handsome Ruru. They separated him and Lana, and they're both a hot, steaming pile of garbage.
This is true.
I mean, at least Lana's with Tamina, and that's not working.
Well, I mean, because Tamina's not working.
No, I don't buy into Tamina, unfortunately.
I'd like to like her. I'd like to think that she was talented, but
Right.
unfortunately, not so much.
I agree. I mean,
Not so much. But we did have a lot of title changes at SummerSlam.
yep.
I mean, Neville reclaiming his cruiserweight title.
Back at the Neville level.
Natty, finally.
Oh,
Finally!
hey, I was here. I popped. I was happy when she won.
Yeah, damn straight.
I mean,
Well deserved.
yes, like you said, finally, it's definitely well deserved.
Sasha over Alexa.
Good old Sash.
Yeah, we had the reunited 2/3 of a Shield taking the tag titles.
Yep, that was dope.
The Usos taking the tag titles off of the New Day,
In a really good match.
which was a great match and did not belong on the kickoff
Nope.
show at all.
What a horror! Dave in the house.
Hey, thanks for joining us.
Where's the rest of that picture, Dave? Where's the rest of that picture?
That picture.
She wants to know where the rest of that picture of HBK is.
Oh, from the shoots.
When you wake up and it's SummerSlam morning,
Yeah. Where's the rest of that picture, Dave?
somewhere
She-
in your
She
footlocker
wants.
somewhere.
She wants the
intern.
full HBK.
Speaking of, probably one of the most ridiculous things
The Colonel.
that I might have ever seen and would have never expected to see was one HBK as Colonel Sanders.
How about it?
I mean, definitely Studley. I mean, HBK's a good-looking guy.
Well,
He made it work, but phew. I mean, that must have been a huge favor that Triple H cashed in on that one.
either favor or a nice little payout. I mean, what's worse, the HBK KFC or the HBK JBL owns them?
Ooh,
JBL owns them. That was terrible.
That was
pretty bad.
that was
that was
Terrible
very
and painful.
It was.
that was a bad idea. Like they turned HBK into Virgil.
Oof.
Hmm.
Oh,
And then they never resolved it.
No?
Because he never did like a.
he did.
Did he?
Yeah, yeah,
What ended up happening?
yeah. JBL
can't remember.
JBL took a boot to the face.
And then
He
he
got
was,
some sweet chin music.
and then it was gone. There was no.
I think pretty much.
There was
yeah.
no big
I mean,
build up or nothing.
Then
Yeah.
he came back as potential Mr. McMahon's son. And it turned out to be Swoggle. I saw Swoggle last night
Did you?
at Zelo Pro Wrestling.
What's Zelo?
Some new promotion here. A lot of the same peoples. I don't want to distract from the SummerSlam, but a hell of a match between I can't even talk. A hell of a match between like a buffet of Bay. A
Is
Bay
that right?
buffet, have you? Kylie Ray versus Tessa Blanchard. Tessa is beautiful. I never knew how-
Absolutely.
I know I made her Bay of the Week one week, but I didn't know how pretty she was in like real person in real life. I was like, wow, she's really pretty. It's like, good for you, Ricochet.
I was gonna say Ricochet is no slouch.
I mean, but I'm saying I think he's batting off his coverage or what's it good?
It's
Batting out of his
he's-
league. He's not going to say
No,
league, but he outkicked his coverage.
he's outkicked his coverage.
Yeah, it is because you can't
Alright.
bat your coverage.
All right.
But you know, it was a heck of a match.
Nice.
It was a good show. DJ Z showed up, hit him with the pretty much.
Nice.
Yeah. So anyway, SummerSlam, Zelo Pro, check it out. What?
Yeah, we should talk about what we're going to later this coming week.
We got Cody on Thursday.
The American Night.
Pretty much. I've been having this discussion. Have Bullet Club shirts become like the new wrestling douche identifier?
What?
What?
I was gonna wear one on Thursday.
They're just everywhere now. Like,
They are everywhere.
They're everywhere.
They are everywhere.
And so a few Sky Enrique from the Chicago Wrestling Group or whatever, he was talking about he went to Wizard World. He saw so many people with Bullet Club shirts just acting really dumb. And then today, one guy had a Bullet Club shirt counter. He was up to, I think he said like, I don't know, 27 last he checked.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's BizCliz.
I mean, hey, it's the hottest selling item in Hot Topic right now. I think they may have brought Hot Topic a lot. I know they brought lots of business and money.
Oh, indeed.
So
Hot topic.
I don't know. I just like to talk shit. I mean, poop sometimes because we're a PG show and we don't use that language.
That's
Bad
right.
language.
We do not.
It's
We do not at
bad
all.
Language.
So
I said habitual line stepper, and she told me that it was a bad word.
Ooh, why would you say that?
Because Anthony's a
That is
habitual
a-
line stepper.
That's a bad word. We got one over here. She's good.
so how do you feel
What up, Justin?
about
Thanks for joining us, buddy.
the SummerSlam
Yes.
kickoff show having 2 title matches?
That's whack.
And
Super whack.
not just that, but also featuring the IC champion in the first match of the afternoon.
Yeah, and like to an empty stadium.
Pretty practically empty
So-
stadium.
So wasn't you who's? I mean, so I didn't see that at all. You mentioned it to me that they were in an empty stadium. I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. You pretty much you said they were like in front of an empty crowd, right?
Right.
So that match went on as soon as gates opened. So it wasn't.
They were showing the crowds of people outside waiting to get in.
Yeah, I think one of you guys have mentioned that. So literally, gate opened, and they started the match.
That's ridiculous.
Wow.
At least give them half an hour.
Right.
I mean, at the very
Right.
least.
Especially when you're talking about a 2-hour pre-show.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
You got a 2-hour pre-show with 3 matches, And honestly, that like you said, the New Day Uso match, that was one of the best matches and there was one stinker the entire show.
That Uso New Day match is arguably the match of the weekend. Arguably, I'm just not saying. I mean, you can make a case for it, but I mean, I think there's three contenders between
And Asuka.
Ember, Asuka, New Day, and Usos, and the four way. I thought the four way was awesome.
Oh, the four way was unbelievable. And what it did for Braun Strowman. I mean,
yo, he's been elevated.
We'll get to that. We will get to that. But I find it extremely frustrating when there are titles that are being defended on pre-shows.
Especially the IC belt, everything Miz has done with it.
I mean, I was just telling you before we went on the air. I believe this is a fact. The Miz has surpassed the Ultimate Warrior for holding the IC title the longest. I don't know if it's a cumulative thing, like longest reign total, or longest individual reign.
Right. That might have been it.
But you know, the Miz continues to impress. He continues to improve.
Yeah.
He's putting together a Hall of Fame career. He's more than just a good hand.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's... So this week was the 1 year anniversary of the Talking Smack when Miz went off on Daniel Bryan. And I think about 6 months before that, we were talking about where the heck is the Miz? Why aren't they using him?
Exactly.
And then he had that, he blew up with that.
Right.
Which was awesome.
Yeah. It was awesome.
I see what you did there.
But then then he's in the first match on the kickoff show, like you said, when gates just opened.
Yeah. Justin right here says they should have had the Shark Cage match and the Rusev Orton match on the pre-show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, if what the Rusev Orton match entailed, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
was a joke.
Yeah, and I had zero interest in the Big Show versus Big Cass. I mean, we see something different because Enzo squeezes through the Shark Tank and comes down. But it would have been nice if he gave Big Cass like a crossbody or something instead of falling and taking a freaking kick to the mush.
Yeah,
it was anticlimactic.
The only way I could have put everything you just said better was that match gave me Cero Caros.
Mm-hmm.
And now Big Cass is out for a while.
Big Cass got the big cast.
That's right. So
the
WWE didn't come through their 4 days in Brooklyn unscathed.
Well, they get two major injuries.
I wouldn't consider Big Cass a major injury because I don't really consider him a major player. But Asuka has been forced to relinquish her title because of a broken collarbone.
Yeah, so I think that's a little bit of a work. I think she is injured. So she has a broken collarbone. If it's a broken collarbone, we've seen guys go down before with it, guys, women, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're out for at least 6 months. She's out 6 to 8
They're
weeks.
saying 6 to 8 weeks.
So
I could just be a crack.
I think she's legit hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But if we're looking at the parameters, she has 90 days to defend the title, so she shouldn't be stripped of it. I think that was just a perfect way for her to give up the belt.
Right.
And she keeps her streak.
Yeah.
The reign. Somebody said it perfectly, or some meme or whatever. Like the reign is over, but the streak continues.
Right.
And so it preserves her very well.
Right. And and then from everything that I've seen online, apparently she's given her farewell. So the entire locker room came out.
Yeah.
Triple H, Regal, everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw a picture. They did the whole stage thing.
There was a notice that she's been talking to Angle and Daniel Bryan. So she appears to be main roster bound.
Right.
I mean, this does open the door for some of the new talent that the new female talent that WWE is bringing in. And hopefully they think of an inventive way to crown a new champion.
I think she'll be headed to Raw.
Yeah.
I think the SmackDown Women's Division is actually doing very well for themselves at the moment.
I like where you're going with that because I was talking to intern about this earlier today, and I want to keep Asuka as far away from Charlotte at this point as humanly possible.
Oh yeah.
That is a match that has WrestleMania written all over it,
And
I don't mean WrestleMania this coming one. I'm talking future WrestleMania.
Oh really?
Yeah, I don't think it. Because I mean that's
too early.
I think so.
I don't know, man.
You want it this coming WrestleMania?
I want it because of the streak.
All right.
I want Asuka to go into it still undefeated versus Charlotte Flair, and I mean she sets the bar for the women's division at the moment. I mean I think so. I think she's the best in the women's division.
Yeah.
So Charlotte Asuka, we never got a taste of that in NXT.
No, we did not.
Right? So I think that would. I mean, I think that's a money match. But although from what I think we even talked about it, the plan for Charlotte at WrestleMania is her versus Ronda.
Really?
Yeah. Or try doing either a WrestleMania or Survivor Series. Try to do a 4 horsewomen versus 4 horsewomen match.
Ooh.
So,
interesting.
Yeah. Justin says the beach balls should have been on the pre-show, and thank God.
I mean,
WWE has officially banned beach balls from the shows.
Good.
Not just that, but Cesaro, our hero, he ran into the. I'm like, why is he going into the crowd? And it was just squash a beach ball.
That was the best.
It was great. It was absolutely.
So you know, they got my my nerd panties in a bunch from Middle Fork. Speaking of course. So, the Beach Ball Mania stuff, we thought it was super annoying, super disrespectful. We've had this conversation before.
Yeah.
It's an ongoing thing in social media. Apparently people love it. So Cesaro did what he did, and we're all like, yes, hell yeah, Cesaro did it. It lets people know, hey, listen, pay attention to us.
Right.
And then they started it up again during the Finn Balor match on Raw. Who was it? Against Jason Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Potential for a really, really good match. And the crowd wants to. I'm all for a chance. You've seen me in indie shows. We like to have fun with it, but to a certain extent, you're just trying to go into business for yourself.
You're trying to hijack the show.
Absolutely. So that's what I feel like the crowd tried doing. And what I'm getting at is, so we're all like, no, like, that's bad. That's beach balls, it's stupid. Like, watch the product. Cesaro made a big point. Security took the balls away, made a big point about it. I don't know if you guys saw, after Raw went off the air, John Cena made a speech literally saying, I love when you guys do this. You guys have all the fun. Keep it going. Keep the wave going. If you want to come out here and have a beach ball party, God damn it. Or not, so he's like, just have it, you guys come out here, pay your hard-earned money and this and that. Like, we want you to have fun. So it's just like all the work that, the stuff that Cesaro's major spot, which was like a big victory against the beach ball, right? The evil beach ball. Not the victory, but it was a statement like, yo, pay attention. Cena just comes and squashes it all. Damn it. Right? I mean,
burying people like always.
He elevated, and you say he never elevates anyone. He elevated. He put over the beach ball.
I hate to leave you, but I've got to let you take the reins of the show for a minute.
Hey, I got my boy Showtime in the house, so we're good. Showtime, what up, man? Thanks for joining us. Nerd had to go take care of a little business. Don't worry, I'm here. The intern's here, and Demon Finn's here.
You don't think that possibly, since Cena was saying that, he was hoping he'd do the opposite, since they don't want to be doing what he likes, since they don't like him?
No, because he was doing the wave with them.
Oh, God.
He's like, come on, start over here. Here we go.
Oh.
Like,
I see.
He just had that fantastic. Yeah, I know. Seriously, he just had that. Like, he's been coming such a long way, and he had that fantastic like, cricket commercials. You see that cricket commercial?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I posted on the group like, holy crap! Like who's cutting tears in here or cutting onions in here,
Mhm.
right? And then he comes out and does like the beach ball promo was just like, I feel so silly that a beach ball gets so much attention, but it just comes down to like being really nerdy and passionate about our wrestling as a fan. Because I think Pac said it best, or somebody said it. Because the threads in that group, and someone was like, "Oh, you guys are just butthurt and old fans. You guys don't like to have fun and this and that. Like it's our hard-earned money. We get to do whatever we want because we paid our ticket price and blah 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 blah."
Uh-huh.
Like,
uh-huh.
no,
There's
it's-
that privilege right there.
yeah, exactly. It's such privilege. And so he's just Pac straight up told him it's like, and the argument was like, if we're not entertained, we're gonna entertain ourselves. He's like, do you go to like the theater? Do you go to like a play? And if you're not entertained, like you start throwing beach balls around. Like these guys are performing. Like they spend their whole lives for this.
Yes, it's incredibly rude.
Exactly. It is. I think it's just so disrespectful. But
It's incredibly disrespectful.
yeah. Showtime says what's up. He goes, had to go watch videos of Sunny.
Mhm.
Oh, well then. See what kind of evening you're having. Careful now, you'll go blind. Justin says, Cena killed Corbin's push. He said Corbin wasn't ready. Have you heard about that?
No.
So, obviously, Corbin lost the Money in the Bank briefcase. He got beat on SummerSlam. Yeah, he got beat pretty bad. Well, not bad. No, not bad.
Not
No,
bad.
no, by no means. But he got beat relatively quickly. I think, like, busted
Yes.
up his under.
Yes.
Hey, Norma. How you doing? Thanks for joining us. Noel be back. He's here somewhere. So we talked about it last week. We speculated that Corbin lost the Money in the Bank because of his attitude online and how he's been disrespectful towards other people. Just very different than how Kevin Owens handles being a heel online. So then, according to reports this week, came that John Cena gave him the rub of death like he did to Ziggler years ago, when he kind of vocally said, Ziggler's not ready for this, and it killed Ziggler's push, like after his world title, like when he cashed in. Supposedly, Cena had this conversation about Corbin this time, and that's what ended Corbin's push immediately. So much so I think it bothered Cena so much so that he tweeted about it. Something like, he was very passive aggressive about it.
Mhm.
He was something like, "Oh, I wish I had that much power," or something like that. Like you do, man.
Yeah,
Like,
he knows it.
yeah. So it was just, that's what people talk about, like that Cena stole Corbin's push. Hey Trisky. Oh, well, look who's back. Styling and profiling. I was almost gonna have a new co-host. Demon Mask just. Uh-oh. What do we got over here? It's a demon nerd. Oh, that is creepy.
Mhm.
Oh.
I can't see anything.
Oh, seeing super random here, but I just see random tweets and retweets all the time. There was a meme of a girl just saying like, "Ew, I don't like guys with glasses. Like, what a turn off." And somebody responded with, "Bitch, I'm just trying to see."
And by the way, for whoever created that meme,
Oh,
He's just trying to see. He's just.
tell me that ain't
I like
sexy.
your water. I don't. It's 2 for 4.
Did I hear that Mr. Showtime was on?
Showtime's in the house. He
What's
said
up, my brother? How are you,
He said
man?
he was looking at Sunny videos, so
Oh,
he may go blind.
oh my.
Oh, Norma the Voice is in the house.
What up?
She said hello to the
Howdy.
crowd. Trees here. So you left and the whole squad started coming
Wow,
in.
that's awesome.
Leave again, leave again.
All right, I gotta go.
Maybe this time I'll go. No.
No. So, continuing with our SummerSlam conversation.
Yes, sir.
Obviously like we had said, Orton Rusev, that was ridiculous.
That was ridiculous. That was a 9-second squash. Rusev came out, attacked him, RKO out of nowhere. Bada bing, bada boom. Dumbest match of the room.
For real.
I'm not doing well.
And we're talking about a show that had a Shark Tank match.
That was bad.
Yeah.
So, rumors yesterday were that Rusev and Lana were asking for the release. So then rumors today ran rampant about 4 or 5 hours ago when Rusev sent out a tweet thanking WWE for all they've done. And let me try to find it real quick because it's too good to paraphrase. I gotta hit you with just the real facts here. You know what I'm saying? Oh.
This guy, he likes to bring the real stuff.
Hey man, I am not about that fake news. I'm not trying to be sad. Oh, for a second I thought I said Rusev follows me. I was like, oh my god, I'm so popular. But then I realized I follow Rusev.
Oh, yeah.
He says, I want to thank at WWE front office, capital T, capital R, and everybody involved. Thank you, capital letters. I don't know I don't even know what TR is. Total request? No live?
No live.
TR?
I mean, I think that's probably a bad move on Rusev's part, if that's the case. But I mean, we've seen other people ask for their release and receive it and go on to do some good things.
One of which was I saw last night, Simon Gotch. He was there last night.
What, he's going by Simon Grimm now?
Simon Grimm. Yes.
Still vaudevillaing it up?
No, never. He doesn't even have the singlet. He's got a mustache, but he doesn't like.
No little curlies or anything?
No, it's not. It's just a different character.
Okay.
So it was him, Isaiah Velasquez, and GPA. Triple threat. Isaiah Velasquez won.
Nice. Our boys from Ohio is for Killers.
I4K.
Showed up on GFW as
My boy did. Dick Justice.
He's been in the background for months now.
Has he?
Yeah.
Oh man, why
Like
didn't you
he's been like back to. I actually didn't realize who it was.
Okay.
I've heard the name Dick Justice, but I've never seen him on any of the shows.
Ah.
So like, there've just been random spots for months of like, he's like back there with like like one of those bands, like doing like this, and then like a couple weeks ago, the backstage interviewing person walked up to him and was like, what are you doing back here, like, and he's just like, I just got to stay ready, just in case they need me, and that was it.
Literally said to Pac yesterday because we were talking about like AEW and like how they've kind of changed. It's a local promotion, but they've gotten a little bigger than a local promotion.
Sure, absolutely.
There's not a lot of local talent on there anymore that's not named Colt Cabana.
Colt Cabana.
So beforehand, Dick Justice used to be at like almost all their shows.
Okay.
And so I told Peck, I was like, I miss Dick Justice because he was like a comedy wrestler.
Right.
He just kept it fun. And I hadn't seen him for a while, and then literally like 12 hours later, Peck's like, holy shit, Dick Justice is on Impact. I was like, what?
I'm telling you, like,
wasted my wishes.
Look,
should have wished for I won the lotto.
Look, I'm not trying to tell you that Global Force is the greatest thing in wrestling right now.
But they're doing things.
But they are doing things. They brought in Jim Cornette. I don't know how that's gonna work out, but they got rid of what's his name? Bland. Damn it.
Boris.
No. Brother Love.
Bruce Pritchard.
Thank you. They got rid of Bruce Pritchard, which was pretty epic, actually. Cornette came in and fired him. So that was kind of...
Does Cornette still have his...
No, he did not have his racket with him.
What the heck?
I was missing that. And actually, we're a couple... Well, actually, officially, I think only one episode back now. They stripped Alberto Patron of the title. He is indefinitely suspended for behavior unfitting
unbecoming of a champion.
Unbecoming of a champion and unbecoming of a Global Force wrestler.
Oh.
So that was their pitch, and then I don't know who. I mean, someone can throw spoilers out, whatever. They had a 20-man gauntlet match this week to crown a new champion.
I haven't heard one. I have no
So
idea.
yeah. So there was that.
Word.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got to Impact from.
You
It's a
Dick
slippery
Justice
stuff.
and we just went there.
You know, I've been called Dick Justice once or twice in life.
I'm just you know what? I'm just trying to get Glenn back.
Glenn. Welcome to the Glenn moments. Not even hour. The Glenn moments. Yeah, Glenn's at the White Sox game, I think,
All right.
according to his Facebook check-in.
So, if we proceed down the card,
Yes.
the match after the squash match was Alexa versus Sasha.
I love me a good swirl.
And I found that to be a very hard-hitting match.
Yeah, probably because they, you know,
There's probably some genuine heat between them.
perhaps.
Very good. Vertigo?
No, this isn't appropriate for the show. Just because the fact that don't need to put wrestlers' business out there, but after remind me, just say Super Taco, and then I'll remember. That's our safe word. But anyway, sorry. Oh, I can't. But go ahead. So yeah.
I mean, it was
speaking of Super Taco, Alexa and Sasha, they put on a great match.
Extremely hard-hitting match.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hank Lotion and Sasha.
with the fact that No Mercy has that really creepy Alexa promo.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna retain.
I'm assuming that there is going to be some form of a rematch at No Mercy.
Ooh, what haven't the women done yet? Maybe they'll do it. They've done Last Man or Last Woman. They've done Hell in a Cell. Inferno.
Inferno.
They've done the candlestick match.
But it's a disco Inferno.
Oh, jeez.
So the last one, the first one to stop dancing loses.
They did a cage match.
They did a cage match. They did Hell in a Cell. Or
Ladder match? No ladder match? No Hell in a Cell.
They did ladder match. Didn't
There was the Money in the Bank, so there was that ladder match.
I see.
I don't know if there's been a women's title ladder
First
match.
Blood.
No, you know that's not gonna happen.
Hmm.
Not in the PG era.
Sure. There ain't no blood flowing.
Or I Quit match.
Maybe.
I mean that's something.
But Alexa doesn't have any submissions.
I was gonna say it was gonna be a street fight, but they kind of did that with the Asuka and the Crazy Lady. Oh, not on the main roster.
How did the match end? Bank statement, right? Alexa tapped out.
Mhm.
Yes.
I believe so. Yes. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There's got to be some stipulation.
I would assume so.
I don't know. Maybe Asuka interferes and costs her the match. Maybe Bailey comes back and costs her the match.
Mm-hmm.
Intern, could you take care of that for us, please?
Anywho, so that was a good match. I enjoyed it.
I did too.
It was just a good pay-per-view.
Yeah, I mean it was really a matter of every match with the exception of a couple were really good matches.
No doubt.
Obviously the Fatal 4-Way was really, really good. Now what do we got here? I'm just looking at my Strowman in the Fatal 4-Way.
He did good.
I mean, I wouldn't have said before that Fatal 4-Way that he was ready for the No Mercy match.
Oh yeah, he stepped up big time.
He is ready for that match.
He
at No Mercy.
he came out a stud there.
Yeah, I think he may have actually his performance in that match may have actually sped up their track.
Maybe.
I don't know if they were headed into a Strowman Lesnar program this quickly.
I don't know. Do you think that that's where they're going, or do you think Lesnar's gonna be away for a while now?
Well, they've
Because
already
Strowman
said they've
attacked
already
him.
said Strowman and Lesnar at No Mercy.
Oh,
Yes,
really?
They did.
Yeah, for the title.
Oh, I
Mhm.
missed that. I just noticed your rebuttal says sleep. Does that mean that's gonna put you to sleep?
Hopefully.
Yep.
She goes. "Oh." But yeah, I mean, pardon me. Strowman looked. He looked awesome.
He
I
looks
don't wanna say
every
Strowman.
bit of a beast that
Yeah.
they want him to be.
It's crazy how over he is with the crowd too. Like
Mhm.
he is. So what I compare to the way Strowman is over right now
Mhm.
is the way.
They want
It-
Roman to be.
Well, yes, in my mind is the exact way that Roman was over at that Royal Rumble when it was just him and Batista. Like when everybody wanted Roman to win, even though he was. Yes, we know he wasn't ready, especially then.
Right.
But the crowd was hot for Roman. He was a young badass. Like, oh hell yeah, let's do it. Let's go, a new guy. Strowman's getting all that love right now.
Right. I actually heard a very interesting take on the whole Roman Reigns thing. And
Hit me with this
something I hadn't ever thought of before, but the crowd started to turn on Roman when he won the Rumble again.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that crowd, if you recall, was hot for Daniel Bryan
Oh yeah.
because Daniel Bryan made his return.
No, he didn't make a return. That's when they wanted him, and Rey
No.
Mysterio came out at number 30, and they booed the heck out of Mysterio.
Mhm.
Oh, I thought that
And
was
then then shortly afterwards they were trying to go for Rusev because he was on the outside of the.
Yeah, and yes, and that's when the crowd went hot for Rusev.
Mhm.
and and basically that was the beginning of a turn on Roman.
Yeah, and that's even when The Rock came out trying to get him
Yes.
over, and The Rock was like, "Oh, what the
Yes.
hell?"
Mhm.
Sorry, Dwayne. I mean, no. We got. Go ahead.
So I mean, I hadn't really thought about the fact that they really, they really positioned him poorly,
Yes.
and that's what triggered the fans turning on him.
Yeah.
I think it was Mike Johnson of PW Insider that talked about that with
Okay.
JR.
Makes
I wanna give credit where credit is due.
You've been wrestling. Justin says, I think they should have a feud with Strowman and Lesnar. I think both could put on matches where they destroy each other. Yeah, I mean, Strowman looked untouchable. He looked like Brock couldn't touch him.
And on the flip side of that, while the Fatal 4-Way was a good match, it really exposed Roman Reigns. It really exposed that Roman Reigns is a Superman punch and a spear, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because, like, honestly, how many Superman punches have we seen?
We talked about it. So he was so bad in the match, and I'll say bad as a critique, constructive, I guess, or whatever you want to call it, because Roman has had many great matches, but he had a bad match on Sunday. I don't know if he doesn't work as good with the big guys that are bigger than him that he can't really literally carry.
He had a great match with Lesnar before Seth cashed in.
Okay, fair enough. So, which brings us to my other point. Maybe it was purposely done. Like, to just limit his offense for the match so that way the other guys can get over and Roman could just kind of be looked at as that two-trick pony again.
Perhaps. I mean, I don't really feel like Joe got his stuff in the way that the other three guys did.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Joe was featured the least in the match.
Oh, no doubt.
But yeah, I like you said, we've seen Roman in much better matches.
Yeah.
But it really, like, forget 5 moves of doom. We're talking 2 moves of doom.
Legit.
That's all he did. And then it was funny though, because then the next night I was thinking about it and I had mentioned it to Intern. But Strowman can do that same power slam like 8 times, and I'm not going, well, he's
No.
only got 1 move.
Yeah. That's true. Just Because you know why? Because we don't want to hate Strowman.
I don't want to hate Roman.
That's true. That's true. You were a fan from the beginning.
I mean, I still am a fan. I think he's a really talented
Yes,
guy.
fair.
I think he had a poor performance at SummerSlam, and it was simply a matter of, I mean, enough Superman punches and spears. That was way too many.
How many times?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
I'm
way
sure he
too
was
many.
chafed and ooh,
Yeah, you get one a match,
I agree.
not 10. And if there was any less than 20 Superman punches in
No.
that match, I mean, I think there was at least that many.
Really?
Yes,
That's crazy.
because it was just the whole freaking match.
I hope not. I'll have to rewatch it. But yeah, I mean, I was a little surprised that Brock won.
Pleasantly surprised. I
Okay.
was.
I was
I
okay
can
with
take it
it.
either way.
I was okay with it. You know, honestly, like I'm okay with Lesnar retaining, but I'm tired of a part-time champion.
Okay. Fair. We'll catch up on the Facebook here.
Yeah.
Showtime said, I think they really turned him after the steroid thing. He finally got over and then got suspended. And then he said, I heard that was done that way, and he was pinned clean because Reigns will pin Lesnar clean at Mania. I mean, Reigns is due for the clean win over Bork. And Justin lastly says, I think they really wanted to put Strowman and Lesnar in the Fatal 4-Way. Samoa Joe and Roman seem to be shown less,
Yeah,
and have
it
less
was-
interaction in the match.
Absolutely.
Joe spent a lot of time playing that catching my breath or whatever,
Mhm.
like rolling the bet.
Yeah, he did.
He didn't. Yeah, it wasn't Joe's best outing, but he was in the main event.
Yes, he was. So then, do you have any other thoughts on SmackDown? I mean, sorry, SummerSlam.
SmackDown had plenty. Oh no, the Nakamura Jinder match was whatever.
That was alright.
Yeah, that was nothing to write home about.
Even the AJ KO match was a good match.
Yeah, but it wasn't like it didn't blow me away.
No, there were no moments. I mean, whatever with Shane. like.
I think we can all agree that Kevin Owens had a better moment this week.
Perhaps.
You know,
I'm starting to get angry with him.
with Owens.
Yeah.
He's just being a crybaby.
I was like, stop already. Yeah.
That face when he was.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm just saying he had a really great moment this week.
Bobby
was
is
his
not
great
glorious.
Interacting with somebody, getting the band back together possibly. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. Forgot what they were fighting about.
Sure, but then Sammy was like, the more I think about
What?
it.
I stopped watching. They're tag champs by now, aren't they? They're tag team champs. I knew it couldn't get any better, so.
They are. Moment of the week for me. Miz dropped his own pipe bomb this week.
Oh, we killed it. That was.
In the middle of the ring with Cena and Reigns, he destroyed them.
He flamed them.
It was really great.
Oh, the Miz killed it.
I don't recall what he said. I must
Oh,
have
he
been
just
wrong.
went off on them. He just completely went off on them. It was a shoot. For sure, a freaking shoot. He let out his anger and he just ripped into them.
Yeah.
You have to go back and I'm like I can't point by point say what he said, but it was on point and perfect.
Sorry.
But what specifically was he saying about each of them?
So he came out and interrupted Cena and Reigns.
I remember that.
He's like, oh, no, it's not your guys' time. It's my time now.
I need my moment.
Yeah.
Where's my moment?
How many moments are you
can't
guys gonna get?
exactly. How many moments have
Like,
you
how
guys?
many moments are you guys going to get? How many moments? How many times is WWE going to push Cena? Is he going to push Reigns? You know, but when they need media done or something, someone to go over here, someone to do this, someone to that, who's like, who do they call? They call me. He goes, not you guys, because you guys can't be bothered. Something like that. Like, he's like, he goes, so when do I get my moments? And like the crowd like was 100,000.
Crowd was, you deserve it.
Like
You deserve it.
he was cutting a heel promo on the faces, and the crowd went
Nuts for him.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Although, yeah,
sorry, I missed
honestly, I feel like that Brooklyn crowd, I feel like they're a heel crowd.
Yeah, I mean they're the quote unquote cool crowd. They're like one of
They're like a Philly crowd.
yeah. Not only was it like so SummerSlam crowd is akin to WrestleMania crowd.
Mhm.
Not as crazy. I think it's probably your second largest crowd or
Absolutely.
more diverse crowd.
Right.
The Miz is criminally underrated, 100%. That was Showtime. Justin says the Miz definitely meant everything he said on Raw. Finally, someone said something to stick up for everyone in the locker room. Yeah, we're gonna get a transcripts, and I'm gonna get it tattooed on my arm. So anytime we gotta know what this, I was like, hold on, guys, here we go.
Where's my moment?
Where's my whoa? Where's my deodorant? Am I right? Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty bad, but you know what are you gonna do?
We're really hard today.
Yeah, so I had big props to Miz on that. It was I mean, you know how much both of us really love CM Punk.
Yeah.
And I use the word pipe bomb, and I don't use that word for anything almost ever, because that's specifically for our boy Punk. But that's what I felt that was.
You told me to drop pipe bombs all the time. Just kidding.
Dude, it's like when we're off the show.
Pretty sure fish fights.
Oh yeah. We had what I found to be entertaining. The Hardys versus
Good match. Shield. We'll just call him the Shield, right?
Shield.
We'll call him the Shield.
Which I love.
Get to the later.
I love the fact that Seth was just like, "Are you kidding? We grew up on you guys. Like,
yeah.
hell yeah, we'll fight you."
You guys are old.
But I mean, it's true though. I mean,
well, yeah.
like Balor, from what I understand, Balor has been tagging with them on live events, and he is like over the moon.
With the Hardys?
Yeah.
What a mark. What a freaking mark. 2 points.
Yes.
First is a question. Now that Enzo brought it back, will you be bringing back the Soft of the Week?
No, I won't.
Rest in
It's
peace.
dead.
Rest in peace, Big Soft.
Yeah.
Oh, that was my second. Jesus Christ, I forgot.
Will you be bringing back the Bay of the Week?
No, it's dead. What are you talking about? I deliver bays every week.
Well, you are a Bay every week.
I'll tell you who. I'll give you a bay of the week. I saw last night. It's this girl. I don't remember, Kikyo, something like that. Kikyo. So she wrestled some girl named Lainey. Something I forget their name. Sorry. She should have said Lainey because she's the queen of Snapchat apparently. But enough about Lainey, right? We're talking about Kikyo. Bigger girl, very pretty. Some kids behind us. All they were screaming was, "Lose some weight, fat ass!" Like
Disrespect.
yeah, and so we're sitting there, and Tree was with us as well, and the Pac, myself, and Tree were sitting, front row. And I'm joking. We were, but whatever. It's an indie show.
VIP.
All 15 of us. No, and so Tree just like, stop, like, don't. And then one kid's like, what? It's an indie show, like anything goes. It's like they're just being stupid, like. So, they're just being dumb. Fuck those kids. So she came out and like roasted the one, and like then he lay down in the chair. She's like, "Oh my god, I'm dead. I'm roasted." But they were all really big losers. So, fuck you kids. The WWE marks.
Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys.
Yeah. Remind me, Super Taco.
Super Taco.
Super Taco, guys. Hashtag Super Taco.
Did you find the link from the video from last week that we talked about? Is that what you're referring to as the
Oh
Super
man,
Taco?
no, that would be like the super. I don't even want to go
Fountain?
there.
No.
Yes, let's go, guys.
you guys. So on SmackDown we had another Kevin Owens AJ Styles match.
God bless him. So what are we gonna get? Owens McMahon?
Well, I actually think that Mick Foley is gonna come back and replace Daniel Bryan as a general manager of SmackDown, and he is going to make Kevin Owens and AJ a tag team.
Oh, jeez. That's horrible, no. It's terrible.
Well, we've been in this best of like 17.
That's been episode 104. Thanks for joining us. No, it's okay. You tried. It was good. You had me going.
Tell me about Charlotte and Rick again.
So here's how it goes, right? Rick pulls Charlotte from the ring, and they make out. They just make out.
That's horrible.
Super Taco.
Oh.
Samoa Joe. Watch our numbers drop
What the heck?
with our 0 and 0.
I liked it.
So we had a okay match
Hey.
between Nakamura and
Ginger Mahal.
and Ginger the Hall.
Who, by the way, likes Nickelback and considers them metal, but sure. It was on the metal page and they're asking like, "What's your favorite metal band?" She's like, "Metallica, Nickelback." I'm not gonna hate. I like Nickelback, but I wouldn't say they're metal. So metal. That was for pageantry.
So
So go proceed. Sorry.
don't know where I was going.
If today was your last day, tomorrow was.
Okay. So we had an okay match with Jinder and Nakamura, which was ended with interference by the Sings.
Right, you guys weren't fans. You didn't like it.
I think that Jinder hasn't had a legit win as champion. And I understand that I think your argument is going to be he's a heel.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
But I think that it what's the word I'm looking for here? I don't know. It takes away from his believability as a champion when he can't manage to pin someone on his own.
But what happens if Jinder Mahal, WWE champion, beats Shinsuke Nakamura clean? So then, do we bitch like, the hell wasn't Jinder beating Nakamura clean?
Okay,
I think that's a win-win situation.
I'm not saying that he had to win clean,
I get you.
but he has won almost all of his matches by the Singh brothers interfering
No doubt, yeah.
or freaking Great Khali coming out.
The GOAT.
I mean,
The
how
GOAT.
about he cheats for his own damn self? How about a handful of tights?
No.
Yeah, why not?
Little one of those.
Why
Strange
not?
life in the house.
Oh, Strange Life.
What up?
Strange Life probably been busy looking at Derek Carr. Hello, I'm late. I don't have a doctor's note. Go to the principal's office, young man.
The intern's gonna need that note.
And it better not be foraged this time. Strange Life, we love you, buddy.
Yeah.
I actually thought about you the other day. I was at Toys R Us and looking at just random stuff. I'm an adult for my nephew. They had a Derek Carr pop figure, and I was just like,
Aww.
it's like showtime. How do I say goodbye to what we had? Anyway.
So then we ended up having a Sings versus Nakamura match on SmackDown, which was completely pointless.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think we're burying the lead on SmackDown, right? I mean, SmackDown has become glorious. Whoa.
So, when he debuted, what would you say he debuted as a heel or a face?
I would say that his reception
Yes.
was 100% face.
How sweet? It's too sweet. Yeah. So, because of the reaction from, I think it was according to the Wrestling Observer, Old Man Vince is back at it and doesn't like that a heel gets a face reception. So, they're considering changing Rude's music.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I think that's amazing.
Yeah?
This is the best thing he's got going for him.
His music.
Yes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're considering changing his
No,
music.
and I love it.
To
Because
take that
I
away
don't
from the
like
crowd.
Bobby Roode. I find Bobby Roode to be boring. I just do. I understand. Look, he is the definition of a good hand. He is the definition of a good hand. He is technically sound in the ring, but he's got no razzle dazzle.
You just use roll?
This
I don't know what the heck that was.
glorious. I mean, that's what he's got. And the robe is clearly, at best, an homage to Ric Flair. At worst, he is completely 100% ripping the Nature Boy off. Period. And I find him to be the poor man's Triple H.
Oof. I mean, all fair points. You're not wrong.
I enjoyed Beer Money in TNA.
Sorry about your damn luck.
But mostly because of James Storm.
I wonder what James Storm's up to nowadays.
Yeah, he hasn't been on GFW in a while.
Somebody checking him. Has he eaten lately? I don't know. You never know.
I think so.
Well, you never know these guys. You never know.
I mean, we also had the return of Sheldon Benjamin.
Return of the Mac.
I
don't like that ideology behind it. Hey, we got rid of
one really
a really athletic wrestler.
Who wears a singlet?
Taz. He was athletic. No, yeah, they switched partners, and I think that was dumb.
Well, but didn't you get the impression by Sheldon's reaction to you guys are now a tag team that he was like, wait a minute, like
he's like, what?
Like, I didn't come here to be no tag team with this white boy.
He didn't come here for a haircut.
I don't get it.
John Likey.
Sorry.
I think you're playing me right now. Anyway, yes. Oh no, so SmackDown was dope. I mean, I don't like that Jinder, had to cheat to win, but I get it. We got a KO, AJ. I don't think they're gonna have another match. I think it's legal.
You think it's done?
I would hope so.
So you're thinking that Kevin Owens is getting Shane McMahon?
Yes, and Rusev is getting AJ. Maybe? Or
Corbin?
Oh, Corbin maybe. That could be it.
I mean, because you just said that Rusev is done with the WWE.
Yeah. Who knows what's happening with that? All I know is that my left eye's trying to close on me. And it's not.
And you're fighting it?
No, I blame it on the intern. Look at the intern's knocked out. She got the panda. Panda. Anyway, hey, oh no, it's not on there. Let's see. So, well, I'm telling you about Super Taco. But obviously, we was at the show last night. Talking to Monix afterwards, and the STDs are done. The super tough dudes apparently.
No,
they're no longer so wet. So, if anyone asks, Monix is definitely the Sean. Storm is the Marty.
What the hell? The wettest tag team.
His tag team is over. So he still goes out with his phone number on his butt. Apparently that's his real phone number.
Oh.
So I told him, I'm like, yo, I'm going to put this on my website stuff, on my Chive stuff. I'm like, I'm going to get people just to text you random things. He's like, that's cool. Like, do it. Yeah. Had people from all over the Chive stuff sending him cat facts and dog facts. He tweeted out, he's like, I was just kidding. Please stop. So,
I mean, I'll send him a dick pic.
Yeah, no more. Straight goes, no more STD. No, bro, I'm clean. Still got them crabs though. What?
Jeez.
I don't know. I don't know why I do this to myself.
I don't know either.
I don't know. Anything else?
I mean, I don't think so. I think that wraps up my thoughts.
Wait,
on
did
on
Becky?
wrestling.
One quick little thing before we say bid you adieu. What happened to Justin? Justin's here.
Justin was around.
Oh, Justin's did Becky Lynch play a role in anything this weekend?
She had a backstage spot at NXT.
That's it, huh?
Yeah.
So she was playing the Chris Hero role also, who's not being worked or used at all. The Ruby Riot. Anyway, I don't know. Anyway, that's a wrap for the
We're gonna
week.
Put a pin in it.
Yeah, we got a pin in it. Strange Life, thanks for joining us, buddy.
And
Intern, thanks for waking up.
thank everybody that's joined it this week. Thank you very much. Showtime, big shout out to you, bro. Hope you're doing better.
Yes.
Hit us up if you need anything.
Check us out this week. We're gonna go meet Cody Rhodes on Thursday. We got Cody.
Yes.
Follow us on Twitter. I mean,
Please
come on,
do.
man.
Hank312,
Your boy Hank312 is here.
Incidental Nerd.
Oh, hold the phone. I forgot the biggest wrestling news of the week. I had a great wrestling day yesterday. I became a wrestling GIF. Did you see my GIF? I'm a GIF now.
No.
From the last freelance show, the guy who records them for Smart Mark Video that goes up the line. So Pat Monix, he was at the show. So recently, his new gimmick or whatever is when it comes out, like the announcer will say, "Ladies and gentlemen, Pat Monix would like you to know if he wins tonight." The first show was, you all get fidget spinners if he wins. Yeah, fidget spinners. Obviously stupid, but you play into it. The last show was, if Pat Monix scores 100 points, you all get Big Macs. It's awesome. It's hilarious because it's very relevant.
Yes.
So everyone's like, Big Macs, Big Macs. So the match never ended up starting. It was a tossed out because they got attacked or whatever. And so people were like, we want Big Macs. And so like the whole crowd, the whole Logan Auditorium was like, we want Big Macs. And I see the camera coming and, we're sitting in the front right there. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to ham it up right now. I'm like, I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry. And I'm mouthing it hard so you can see. And so randomly, I just see, I guess Pac follows the camera guy or whatever. And he just tweeted out like, I want, like something like, this was seriously like one of the highlights of my wrestling weekend. This guy's reaction, he goes, God bless, or thank you, whoever you are, God bless you. And then Pac like retweeted, he's like, holy shit, look. So I was the GIF. Check out Hank312, I'm on there. And so then yesterday, I told you I got to see Tessa and Kylie Ray's match. Not only did I get to see it, but thanks to my boy D-Ray, I was the official bell ringer for the match.
What?
Yeah, do big things. NBD.
Wow.
On my way. Soak it in, guys. So if I'm on my way, we're on our way. Because when you're WTAR, you're WTAR for life. So with that being said, bring us home, nerd.
This has been episode 104 of Wrestling Talking Randomness with your hosts, Hank312.
I'm a big deal.
And Incidental Nerd. I hope to write his coattails. So join us
I will wear coats.
next week.
Maybe. Join us.
Join us next time
Join us.
when we talk some more wrestling and randomness. Thanks to everybody for joining us. Follow us on Twitter. Find us on Facebook. Go watch old episodes on YouTube, where we've got like 80 different episodes out of the 100 or so, which is pretty good.
True. That Chicago Wrestling Clique, remember those guys?
Yeah.
They were talking shit about our episode 100. Pac wants to kill them all now. It's funny.
Episode 100 was amazing.
Pac doesn't like to be violent, so he wants to kill them all. Hey,
Too
man.
sweet me, bro.
It's always too squeak up in here.
Too sweet.
Toodles.
Peace out and toodles.
Hey, Dallas McCarthy.